60 with Betway on Hot 1027. Talking rugby.
Well, it's also a big weekend for the Bulls, taking on Scotland's Glasgow Warriors in the final of the United Rugby Championship at a sold-out Loftus Versfeld. 6 o'clock the kickoff time tomorrow, with the Bulls making 2 changes to their starting lineup today. Kurtley Aronson making a remarkable recovery after surgery on a broken cheekbone, so he's back at left wing, whilst Billy Leroux misses out due to concussion. So Devon Williams moves from wing to fullback. Glasgow, meanwhile, naming an unchanged starting 15 for the third game in succession. Rugby writer Brendan Nell joins us now live. Brendan, the Bulls will be favourites at home, no doubt, but Glasgow have shown that they don't mind coming to the Highveld to play.
Yeah, no, listen, it's a much more even final than I think we all expect because, the Bulls should be favourites with 50,000 people behind them. But, Glasgow have shown, especially in that last game, that they came back at them at the end of the match. They certainly no slouches, and they have won away from home. To win at Munster in the semi-final is no easy feat. They've shown that, so I think it's a lot more even than we all expect.
Just from an odds point of view, no surprise the Bulls' favourite with Betway at 1.28 versus Glasgow at 3.60. It sounds, in my mind, that sounds about right. Much made of the influence of the Glasgow coach Franco Smith. Brennan, he obviously knows South African rugby well. He knows Bulls rugby well. He knows Jake White well. What sort of insight do you think he's going to bring to ensure that Glasgow give themselves a chance to win tomorrow?
Well, that's probably the most difficult thing to fathom because, Franco is no stranger to Loftus. He became a Springbok here for the Bulls, and, he's 1 year with the Cheetahs in the Currie Cup with Rassie Erasmus. He's had his own Currie Cup team lose in the Currie Cup final here. He is certainly somebody who gets extremely emotional when he talks about Loftus, and he did it today. I asked him the question today where I said if Glasgow had to play any final anywhere in the world, would you want it to be at Loftus? And he said most definitely. It's still the toughest place to play, the best ground to play rugby at, and he said he just hopes his side see what the challenge is and live up to that challenge. So he's certainly got a lot of emotion in that, and how that filters down to his team will be very instrumental in this final tomorrow.
Yeah, not the only South African involved tomorrow. If you just go through that Glasgow side, you've got Hugh Jones, who spent so much time with the Stormers. You've got Carl Steyn, the captain, on the left wing. You've got Ollie Kebbel and Henko Venter on the bench. Loads of South African influence, and how that integrates with obviously the Scottish internationals. You've got your Richie Grays, you've got your Fergusons. There's a lot of quality through that Glasgow side. Brendan, where for you, will it be won and lost? Traditionally rugby always say won and lost up front, but what do you think the Glasgow side will be doing to subdue the Bulls up front to ensure they obviously get their share of the ball?
Well, Glasgow has been the team that's mauled the most this season. That's how their maul goes away. And they've certainly got a lot of firepower in that back line of theirs as well. Saying that, they're going to have to handle the crowd. And there's Loftus hasn't seen a full house for a final since 2009. There's going to be a lot of people already, a lot of emotion around this final. And, as in any final, it's the team that handles the pressure the best. I think the Glasgow have got absolutely nothing to lose. They'll go into this game giving themselves a chance, and they'll have a go. How the Bulls handle that, and I suppose the question is which team played their final 1 week too early, and both sides scored upsets last week, and I suppose we'll see after 80 minutes tomorrow.
Yeah, interesting looking at those numbers. It's the best attack in the competition in the Bulls against the best defence in Glasgow. Brendan, just before I let you go, we've got the Blitzbox and Olympic qualifying in Monaco at the moment. I'm struggling to find any results, so whether they've kicked off today. I know the tournament has kicked off, but obviously an important weekend for the Blitzbox to try and secure Olympic qualification for Paris.
It's a massive weekend for them. The entire season hinges on this one. To think of the Blitzbox not going to the Olympics is almost unthinkable. They started tonight, about a half an hour ago. They beat Mexico 44-0. It's not really a result we should be surprised at. It's not really a result that many would take too much notice of. Their biggest competitors in this will come on Sunday when they play either Great Britain or Spain. Those are the two big sides in this repechage. They need to win the tournament to get an Olympic spot. Anything less, will be a failure, and that basically means the season's a failure. So a huge weekend for the Blitzbox, and we can only hope that they pull it through.
Hot Sports 60 with Betway on Hot 1027.